Having those moments before the game where you're looking deep, and he knows he needs a big performance. Jamie, come on, talk to me.
Yeah, listen, I just cannot wait for this game. I love football, I love the Champions League, but I can't think of a game I've been more excited to watch than this one over the next two legs.
OK, everybody, it's time for kickoff. So the Parc des Princes looks ready for PSG against Bayern. We're certainly ready for PSG against Bayern. For the call, we're going to send you over to Clive Tildesley and Rob Green.
Over Bradley Barkler again. It is a fully fit squad now. Average A is up to speed now and joins the All-Star attack. The other big change is that Vincent Kompany is... And even though we're watching Europe's champion team play the beautiful game, the first kick of the ball...
They could get into real gear.
Musiala stealing a march on Pacho. Stanisic. Marquinhos or João Neves up in front of Harry. Hakimi will try to run Alphonso Davies back down the field. It'll be a battle of wills down the two flanks.
I think that's...
Simmering nicely now. Dembele. This will be a highlight of the night. And Elise has made the first inroads, but good handling from Safonov.
Really?
From Elise. Doué. Cut out well by Pavlovic. Oh, that's loose from Stanisic. Dembele. Pavlovic got to him and got the ball cleanly.
Aid for a fraction.
There's that longer one. Luis Diaz has laid it off to Musiala. Here's Kane. And he was just clipped there. Painful. He does that by feeding Olise. He's got away from Zaire Emery, but not from in corner against Real Madrid a couple of weeks ago. Kimmich took that one, takes it again, towards the same battle again 9 days ago. Doué has found Dembele, who's left it for Zaire Emery, and now Kvaratskhelia. Pavlovic got to him and got the ball cleanly. Kimmich to Musiala, and now Luis Diaz. That was a body check from Marquinhos, and that's going to be a yellow card for the PSG captain. Knew what he was doing.
Yeah, no surprise with that. He might look outside, block off here, Zaire Emery, it'll be just waving to Elise to come in.
Number 44 in red. Kimmich takes in towards Kane, and it's taken out by Vitinha at the expense of a corner kick to Bayern Munich. Kane, game stretched. Space for Kimmich. Trying to feed it in. Luis Diaz. Now did Pacho get to it? No. Penalty. William Pacho reached out and got more of Luis Diaz than he did of the ball. And Bayern Munich have an opportunity from the spot. Kane versus Safonov. It's another from that Harry Kane spring catalogue. He just scores to order, goals to go. He's found the net in each of his last 8 games now. He's never had a better run, never had a better season. Season teeming with goals, 54 in all, 13 in the Champions League.
About to shoot, took another touch, and that's where his downfall was.
Musiala has won the ball cleanly. It's Harry Kane, it's Michael Elise. Somehow Safonov and Marquinhos combine to keep him out. Goal was yawning there for Elise to double the money for Bayern Munich. Little flick from Elise this time. Musiala with the control, Luis Diaz with the ball. Ball cut. Bayern Munich are showing no signs whatsoever of trying to consolidate the one goal. Last 9 games. Got a 6-point lead again in the French league. Kvaratskhelia. That'll go in. There's no doubting that he'll find the net. So accurate. One step inside to open up the target. And then the most cutting the shots, clipping the inside of the post. Header away by Nuno Mendes, kept alive by Olise. Stanisic with a heavy touch. This semi-final will not finish 1-1. Hakimi. Nicely fielded by Manuel Neuer.
Failed to find his teammate.
Doué, meanwhile, going it alone. Desiree Doué! You just cannot take your eyes off this. Dembele. Well, appeals for a handball, but it was blasted from about a yard away. Nuno Mendes at the moment. Out of Marquinhos, still Olise. Oh, somehow it hit the woodwork and fell for Safanov. Olise almost dribbled it into the net. Flick on by Marquinhos. Oh, it's João Neves. He's just about the smallest man in that penalty area, but he connects with his head. And PSG, who were behind, are now in front. João Neves. They just didn't pick him up. And here's Dembele again. And that's early for Doué. It's Desiree Doué. It's only 2-1. Only.
And it should be.
Nuno Mendes got to that. Doué, brilliant. Vitinha, early. Dembele, not quite clear. Upamecano's caught up with him. Still Dembele, and Upamecano made the challenge. On by Olise, and suddenly Stanisic is free. He's got Luis Diaz with him. It's Josip Stanisic, and across comes. Luis Diaz turning. Stanisic. Luis Diaz, Kvaratskhelia back there with the Musiala. It's 4 against 4 here. Luis Diaz. Cut back to Musiala. Oh, but only as far as Tar. Score could be anything. Olise. It's 2-2. Wow. All by himself. How on earth do you stop Michael Olise? If he's not scoring goals, he's creating them, but he's scoring more and more, and most of them, it seems, are works of art. The Olise collection. 20 for the season.
He's in the final.
Olise. Nuno Mendes has done as well as he can.
Off Kimmich, Kvaratskhelia. No half-time whistle yet. Blocked by Davis, who then puts his hands behind his back. Kvaratskhelia! Straight at... And it's going to be a penalty to PSG. Well, Harry Kane soaked up the pressure to tuck his penalty away with ease. And Dembele scores as well. The loudest roar of all around the Parc des Princes. With the last kick of the half, it's PSG 3, Bayern 2.
He needed that, didn't he? He had a couple of opportunities in the first half there.
Now Bayern get and go on a powerful run. Just gets the pass wrong at the end. Find Luis Diaz. Diaz, he's got the chance. Couldn't take it. João Neves back with a little bit of room. Slight miscontrol. That's a lovely ball over. And Stanisic is now Hakimi. With plenty of time to consider his options. Oh, they both missed it. Kvaratskhelia does not miss. For the first time, a daylight lazy going. Here's Dembele. Vitinha's on the scene. Oh, Dembele's done it! This is Parisian perfection. Bayern blown away. And this time Upamecano is relieved to come away with the ball somehow. Nuno. Luis Diaz. Marquinhos tries to bar the way. Diaz slips through, but well watched and anticipated. Kimmich. Really good ball. Upamecano. Bayern have narrowed the gap. Musiala keeps going. Kane looking for Luis Diaz. What a ball! Brilliant control. Luis Diaz! Oh, incredible! But the flag's up. Celebrating in a moment. It's 5-4. One goal in it again. Kane and Diaz. The dynamic duo. What a pass. What a finish.
Oh, they...
Kane. That's, I was going to say again.